So now we're in Langhe in Piedmont in Italy with a Barbelino from Gaia. And this is definitely more of the what I'd call a stealth natural wine, like especially the way that it looks, the way that it tastes, like no one's gonna know this is a natural wine. You can bring it to your grannies and have it with your spaghetti, and everyone you can just like fade away after and tell them later that they love natural wine.
It's a Barbera Grignolino blend, which is a grape that I had only recently found out existed, like many grapes in Italy.
Yeah, there's so many of them. So it's a little bit more Grignolino. It's like 60-40, I think. And I will say that I think that it is leading more than the Barbera here, but we will get into that in a moment. So yeah, so those are two grapes that are very traditional for the Langhe region, though if you know much about Italian wines, Langhe is most famous for Nebbiolo, but Barbera Nebbiolo could not be any more different. Grignolino, I believe, is also pretty colored and more on the side of like the Barbera, which is probably why they're pairing those together. So with that in mind, it's basically just like you'd never know it's a natural wine. So it's made naturally, but it's nothing crazy to it. Like basically just like probably less extraction, less everything basically than what they would normally do up there. So just assume that about the production. And let's talk about it on the news.
Black fruit.
Yeah, currants I'm getting at the top.
Currant that's a great call. Like cassis almost.
Yeah. It's like almost to the point of being a bit like medicinal, but not in a bad way, like in a good way, in a way that I think this is just the type of wine that's going to be really food friendly for heavier foods. And honestly, a lot of times it's hard to find natural wines that do that. So we'll get there in a moment. But yeah, so it's like, it's got the cherries, it's got the berries. I think it has
cherries and the berries.
The cherries and the berries are all here. Plum. But I would say like the quality of them is not like, they're not like ripe. They're not fresh. They're like, they were stewed or something like that. Like they've been concentrated a little bit.
Overripe, maybe.
Overripe? Is overripe when it's like kind of sugary?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can see that too.
Not that it's sweet or anything, but it just has that aromatic thing going on. Like it's very aromatic.
Yeah, a lot more than you would normally expect from something like this. And then it does have like baking spices, like it's got, I don't know, like thyme and what's the other one?
Rosemary, sage.
Rosemary, yeah, there you go. Like all kinds of stuff in there. Honestly, like for the price of this bottle, like it is very complex. So let's try it.
Silky smooth.
Silky smooth. Great amount of tannin.
Good balance between everything, I think.
Yeah, like
what's the alcohol in that?
14%.
Interesting.
So, like I said, the heavier
one. Not a guest.
No, yeah.
Not for me. I don't know.
I feel like I can feel it down my throat a little bit, which is how I know. But it's not heavy on your palate, but I will say that it's more bold. Like the body is
right.
The body is bigger. It is bold.
I feel like maybe I'm just making assumptions about like oak and alcohol and associating those things, and this doesn't, like there's no oak going on. It's grape. It's 100% grape.
Yeah,
but
and it's not aged or anything. Like this is 2019, so it only has a little bit of age on it. But yeah, so like the texture is very, very smooth. Everything we just talked about is there. The finish is super long, and it's just in like the acidity. So first the tannin hits me, and it's like whoa, and then after that it's like the acid comes in, and so you're kind of like, it's funny, it's balanced, but like they're not happening at the same time, if that makes sense. Which like a lot of times they happen at the same time in your mouth, and you're like, it makes it hard to discern what's what. But this one is kind of like, oh man, like my mouth is so dry, and all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, like I'm really have a lot of saliva. So
and good, very, very structured too. I think probably like the alcohol and the tannin and the acid help that. This like, it's not like, I think the opposite of structure is basically flabby, where it's like kind of like not that great in your mouth, but you can really get like, okay, here's where this wine is.
Yeah, I don't know. This wine just feels like it knows the assignment. It knows what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to like be very big and go with something that's very big, like a tomato-based pasta. It's supposed to get in there. It's supposed to clean it out. It's supposed to feel great the whole time. And then it's supposed to basically just leave you excited about the next one.
Yeah, like, or like a sausage type thing.
Oh yeah, I could go well with sausages.
Could be nice, like with that like added little greasiness.
Yeah, I could see that.
That would be good. Anything like if you're thinking about veggie stuff, like a shakshuka, maybe, who knows, try it.
Yeah, veggies are tough with something that has a lot of tannin.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I ever want to like really challenge myself, I always think about what I would put veggie stuff with. And with something with this much tannin, I'm actually struggling a little bit.
Mushroom.
Mushroom, what though? Mushroom
Like a portobello mushroom.
stuffed with something with tomatoes.
Stuffed mushroom. Yeah, with like stuffing.
With stuffing. There you go. Yeah, I would say I would not say this is like the perfect Thanksgiving pairing. I definitely like.
For me, it has too much alcohol.
Too much, yeah. Especially if you're hanging out with your family too much, it's a little bit dangerous.
Stay with like that 12.5 range and under.
Yeah. So just do yourself a favor and just have this with some version of a tomato-based Italian food. That is very easy to find. Like pizza, sure, but really more like a pasta.
Open. What did we pair it with?
Your pasta. He made a tomato-based. No, yeah, it was a vodka like sauce.
Penne vodka, penne. It
was great.
Type deal.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was good. Sausage would have been better.
Sausage would have been better. Yeah. Yes, but now we know.
Yeah.
All right, enjoy.